It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we've got a rematch of last year's wild card round in the NFC playoffs. It's the Eagles and the Buccaneers coming up.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Here's Smith on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is just one of those quarterbacks, Kate. You can feel it when he runs on the field. The guy is powerful. It's a big reason why he set a new NFL record by quarterbacks with 15 rushing touchdowns. Everybody tries to do the tush push, the QB sneak, but nobody can do it like Jalen. Why? When he squats 600 pounds, you run like a running back. And then he showed last year he could throw like some of the elite quarterbacks, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 29. This one finds Goddard. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. An excellent game. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. They'll come up 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. From the pistol, Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Hurts throwing again. Has a man. It's Brown. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. First down throwing for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Hits his running back. And he gets this forward to the 19. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. The kick by Hopkins is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're led out by the 7th-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the give, this is Irving. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 1-yard gain on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Pressure coming. Baker. That's a catch. Jalen McMillan. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. First down, here's Baker. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
Pass interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. After a good pickup, their setup was 2nd and short. Here's the give to Irving. And he's able to get this down to the 13. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Completes this one to Otten. And this one doesn't go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 10-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he drives this forward to the 6. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, Mayfield. Rolling left, buying some time. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down. But where it's at on the
Holding.
field, partner, that
Offense.
sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up 4th down. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Adoree Jackson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Completed left side to Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's going to be 4th and short. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside, Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Irvin here from the gun. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. They'll run here following the penalty. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
5-yard gain brings up second down at their 48.
Mayfield now from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Mayfield now, blitz coming. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. It's a 3-3 game. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll take over here following that punt to end the first. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They go to Barkley again. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. Driving tire straights. It's 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Hurts. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. from the 32. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Vontae David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 46. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Still inches to go on 3rd down. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Hey, listen, I'm all for quarterbacks as artists, right? You can't be a blacksmith. You've got to be an artist. You've got to create back there. But when the world of got-tos, you also got to hold on to the ball. That's a big-time turnover.
The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff headed right. Irving. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Tight end in motion left. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Got his target. It's Otten. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. His first kick was good. This second look from 35 yards away. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled on the play by Shaquille Barrett. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Great man on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. Irving on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Once again, Irving. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They kick the running back in motion. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
He has it at the 22, and he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there, and the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Hurts looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Braden Mann out once more for another punt. Trey Palmer on the return for the Buccaneers. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. McMillan hauls it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best, like curl and go, hook and go, out and up, guys. Kate, they
got it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Motioning left is their running back. From the pistol, Hurts. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts to throw. Complete out to the right. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Dumps it off to his running back. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will.
And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. It's a Roma Dudes, a touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Bucs getting their offense out there just before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. From the 43. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the first half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field.
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Completes this one to Otten. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 31-yard line.
Motioning the tight end left. From the 31. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Right back to Irving now. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First down throwing for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. 2nd and 4. Taken in by Smith. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So out now comes the punter. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Now it's Irving. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding, offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Mayfield now from the gun. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. All right, here we go. Second down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here we go. Second and very long. Has him on the quick hitter. He's contained at the line for no gain. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be their football. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. Third down coming. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On third down, it's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And it's going to be second down. Carry here for Irving. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Takes this in at the 25. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. He manages 13 on this punt return. And they're going to take over possession. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has a man. It's Brown. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Hurts looking to throw. This one finds Goddard. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Here's Hurts. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
On now comes their punter. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. This finds Evans, complete. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds.
Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. On the give, this is Irving. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the gun, Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think, a yard or 2 short of the 20 here. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Baker now. He'll get this complete to White. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Eagles will take possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Give him 4 yards on the run, and we're at the end of our 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. So now here's 3rd and 5. From the pistol, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. They're out now, ready to punt it. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st down, here's Baker. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing again is Baker. On target to Godwin. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts. But throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
He slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Godwin, the man in motion left. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 now. McMillan hauls it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 36. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Here's Baker. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They send a tight end in motion. Here's the give to Irving. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pressure coming, Baker. Got his target, it's Otten. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. They'll run this with Irving. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
He's got it! And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Call it a gain of 2 that time, and it leaves him only a yard away on 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 4th quarter lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers push their lead to 3. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense headed back to the field. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First and 10, here's Hurts. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Eagles trail by a field goal. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts throwing again. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Here he is to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Setting up to pass. Getting out to his left. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles jump in front late. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. Finds some space, he's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Back to throw. This one's taken in by Otten. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Mayfield now from the gun. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 1st down. Here's Baker. He completes it in traffic. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Here's 2nd and 2. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Now to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.